Hello and welcome to SteamCon UK here at the Victoria Warehouse in Manchester, our home city. And it is the start of the World Championship Last Chance Qualifier. And I'm joined, not by Alex today, but by...
JJ Layfield.
And...
James Clark.
Of...
Hotcase Gaming.
There we go. And JJ, why have you been invited?
I don't know. I think you guys thought I was less of a liability here than I was in the general population.
Yes,
so I think that's why.
We keep you under wraps here.
Yeah.
JJ, you obviously won the British Championship. We saw that happen on the Twitch stream. Alex is off demoing other games, so we've brought you guys in to be my colour commentators and also good knowledge.
Good, some knowledge.
Yeah.
Mediocre knowledge.
That's my theory of why you're really here.
Yeah.
It's to kind of level the playing field on the knowledge scales.
Yeah. And so we have the Blacksmiths Guild with the full 10 players versus the Union.
Which is, I think it's a really good matchup.
It's a crazy matchup to begin with.
Yep.
Their player rosters, for the Union, we've got John Lee. He has got Vet Rage, Blackheart, Strongbox, Avarice and Greed, Minx, Mist, Gutter, Decimate, Hemlock, and Benediction.
Right.
So you're sort of your standard tournament 10, you might say. For the Blacksmiths Guild, now this is a new one for me because I've only played against the Blacksmiths once, despite seeing them throughout the progress. So it's quite a tough one for me to commentate, but hopefully you know a little bit more than me.
I've got a little bit of knowledge there, yeah.
We've got Anvil and Sledge, Furnace, Cinder, Ferrite, Iron, Bolt and Faris. They're the new Horsey Lady and Horsey Apprentice.
Yep.
And Hearth and Alloy
are
the other two. And that is the team lineups.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think is going to happen there?
I think we'll see Vet Rage go for a fighty team with Mist and Benediction for some strike ability.
Yep.
And from the Blacksmiths, I have no idea what they could do. They could do anything. They're the perfect 2-2 team. They can get 2 goals, 2 takeouts, or 4-2.
Yeah,
but I
for sure.
believe our runner's now gone to tell the players to start drafting so we can see what happens.
Very exciting. And this is going to be exciting for me. This is my first time ever seeing any of these guys.
These guys.
So
wow.
I
really exciting.
think we'll see Ferrite as the captain come down from the Blacksmiths.
Oh, what, sorry?
I think we'll see Ferrite as the captain.
Ferrite as the captain for Blacksmiths,
the Blacksmiths. And then
she's a great captain because she has that ability to go score and put enough debuffs out on everybody to make it painful. I have played this matchup, Vet Rage, into them, and I won only just. But it was not a close... Well, it was a very close run thing. It was not easy.
No, it's not. But I think we'll see the new box feature heavily in this 6 that gets drafted.
Hearth makes the game for Blacksmith so flexible because they can here's a 2-inch melee.
Yeah.
Have it this turn.
Exactly.
You're like, oh god, this is awful.
Yeah, for sure.
I wasn't planning for this.
No. Why has Iron now got a 2-inch melee? This isn't okay. Which is always fun. But I think we'll see. Faris and Bolt.
Yes.
Because I think that's what we'll see is Iron, Ferrite, Faris, Bolt, and then Hearth and Alloy.
Yeah.
I think that's what I would. I mean, if I was playing into someone like Vet Rage, which is probably what's going to be dropped, going that very goal intensive with a couple of takeouts possible, I think that's where we'll see this go.
Definitely.
It'd be interesting to see whether he's got the same ideas of you.
Yeah, for sure.
Really interesting.
Guys on the stream asking, is the event on Tiebreak? No, it is on Longshanks. It's being run through there.
Controversial.
Yeah. Twitch stream says Gutter and Decimate are going to be key against Blacksmith to reduce that high armor that they have.
It's very true. And on that side, I think, it's with Vet Rage, I'm imagining Strongbox, Gutter, Decimate, Mist, and then someone like Benediction.
I think Benediction.
I think that's probably the 6. Yeah.
But yeah, when I played it, I didn't play with Decimate. I played Avarice and Greed into it because I wanted the +1 damage buff that they give each other, and the knockdown, making it nice and easy to bring their defense lower so I get more dice.
Yeah, for sure.
If they're going below 2.
But I think that's only if you're going to target, specifically target the Masters.
Yes.
I mean, when we look at the Apprentices, we're seeing, 3-1 stats and 4-1 stats.
12 boxes.
And I guess the great thing about Decimating Gutter is both being female, if there is a charmed male situation, which there may or may not be on certain cards that are floating around in there.
They've seen them all now.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm just,
yes,
very handy to sort of put out there.
Yeah.
Which is great, and then with the anatomic, and both of those players, even without the +1 damage, will kill an apprentice very easily.
Yes.
So it's going to be very key to see how those apprentices are positioned to be kept away from those 2 players in particular.
Yeah, I think in the game I played, I went hunting the Masters because they're a little bit slower. And I felt once I took them out of the game, although I had to invest a bit more, they would struggle to get back into it because we were fighting in my half of the pitch.
Yeah.
And I managed to take out the slightly almost unkillable anvil.
Right.
And then once he was out, I was like, well, Sledge never gets his setup now because he doesn't get to do pile driver, get the +3 net hits.
Yeah.
And it became, as soon as I got rid of anvil, the team started to slump a little bit.
Right. Yeah. And I think and that means he was filling his role.
Yes, yeah.
So
exactly.
that's what he's meant to be, that sort of cornerstone. So.
Sounds like the Union definitely got the tools to take out the blacksmiths, but.
Oh yeah. That's
Right, so players
everyone's definitely got it.
on the table have now dealt plot cards, just waiting for their sort of thumbs up from the refs to begin.
Great.
The plot card backs there are the heroic play cards. They got printed for an event.
Oh, okay.
So
very nice.
Not official Steamforged merchandise right there.
I'm not
but
sure.
They are,
is that allowed in a
think
SteamCon event?
Because I have those cards and use them as plot cards, I will let it happen. Yeah.
Right.
I will
okay.
not alert
also,
the TOs. To
also,
this.
you're not the TO, so you kind of.
I am the law.
I am the voice. The voice and the eyes that are Giblin.
Question in from the Twitch chat. Which 2 blacksmiths would you drop from your first 10 at first glance?
Burnish.
Burnish?
Just gone. Depending on the meta, but to me,
Burnish.
in terms of what you want to achieve, the general 2 that I would drop like straight away if I was playing today with someone who hadn't done a lot of work around the things, Burnish and Cast would be my first 2 to drop.
Right.
Later on, I'm going to be pretty controversial here, and I would actually then drop Furnace and Sledge.
Oh, wow. Furnace?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would be the 2 that I would drop if I was going into a tournament.
Yeah.
And Sledge, because it's just too much setup, and Iron does almost as good a job, especially when Hearth is involved.
Yes. With a 2-inch melee, bringing him to the same sort of standard as Sledge.
Yeah.
But for me, when I played against Anvil Sledge, the setup was so telegraphed what was going to happen.
Exactly.
Sam Page, who I was playing against, a member of the Steamforged team, he was doing it on Gutter, who he was yet to activate. So she just pushed Anvil away from her.
Yep.
And then ran 8 inches directly away from Sledge. It was like, right, well, that setup's gone now.
Exactly.
And you can't take advantage of it. And I believe plot cards have been chosen. If we go back to players.
I think they're considering
some there. So we won't have the information on what they've chosen.
So we get to play the fun predict it.
Yeah. Who's got knee slider?
Well, I mean, I don't want to predict it now. Let's look at their setup and then we'll see.
Yeah. So John Lee is choosing to kick or receive. He's got the blue dice. They're saying that they should have done captain mascot.
So they're already cheating. Good. Yeah. Strong play.
Yeah, so strong box and veteran rage.
I mean, no surprises there. What did we have on the blacksmith side? Ferrite and iron. Good.
Ferrite and iron.
So far, we're 4 from 4.
Yeah.
That's it's good odds.
And Gutter has been chosen.
I mean, we're good at this game, Giblin.
Yeah.
We're good at this game.
Me, on the other hand, I'm just going to nod. The table looks really nice, I think.
Yeah, it's made by one of our guys in the US office, Michael Archer. He made this. He made the Mason's board, and he's also made some Dark Souls terrain as well. And it looks
incredible.
Absolutely beautiful.
It is gorgeous.
Have to check out that Dark Souls terrain. That'd be cool. So
is this the first time that this has been shown on a live stream? This
yes,
kind of
it's been made for this event.
Amazing.
He's taken Furnace, which is interesting.
Furnace, maybe trying to slow down the opponents.
Mist has come down. I mean, so far, 4 from 4 on the...
in all the Union.
Cinder has come down, so, clearly he's not listening to me.
And Benediction.
I mean, it's almost like we know John.
Yeah, come on,
Anvil's come down. He's gone the fighty route.
He's gone fighty.
Into Vet Rage. Very interesting.
Take him on his own game.
We can only assume that Sledge will be next.
Yeah. And you would expect... we've gone for Minx for a debuff.
Ooh.
So slightly different.
And
no Decimate.
Sledge.
So the original 6 from the Blacksmiths.
I mean, I think that makes sense, given that he would have had a bit more time. I mean, they're painted, which is great for the stream, so we appreciate that. But I think it's interesting. I mean, this comes down to the thing where, do you just play something new for the sake of thing, or do you play something you know and you're comfortable with? And I guess given he's maybe only just seen these potentially 4 of the players, and he's not using 2 of them, he's got Faris and Bolt in there, so he hasn't actually seen them before this morning.
No.
Having them in the lineup is potentially a bit a bit risky, especially when everything is to play for.
Yeah, I mean, if you win this event, you get to go to SteamCon US in Chicago and enter the World Championship and get to play against yourself.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's
What
a
great
reason.
prize.
Said no one ever. I get to spend time in America around JJ. No, you know what? I quit now. I'm out.
Now, looking at these lineups, what do you think the plan of action for each team is?
You've got to think that it's a fight. I mean, this is going to be pretty scrum heavy. There's no real ranged character plays, so both players are going to have to go in. Ferrite and Iron are going to go for the goal threats and sort that out, which more or less means that Rage will have to make his way across the pitch and engage. So I think we're going to see a pretty heavy scrum on the blacksmith side of the board, is probably where this lands. Now, that's going to lead to an interesting scenario, because if it does end up super intense and clustered, that's where Rage loves things to be, right? He loves getting all those crowd outs and getting all of that to happen. But the inclusion of Furnace makes that difficult.
Yeah.
Being able to stop the crowd outs and stop all those buffs
so
will be quite interesting.
He's got he places it for free, a character trait, isn't it?
What's that, sorry?
His Furnace.
No, one at a time. Yeah, it's character trait that's free, yep.
Yeah. He places down a 3-inch AoE. Nobody in that AoE benefits from ganging up or crowding out.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Expect a lot of this, everybody.
Yeah.
Wow.
You'll be doing today what the internet has been doing as the blacksmiths have been sitting there for the last couple of weeks. So
that's definitely my angle today.
So I think that may be what we try and do. I mean, it'll be interesting to see how well that character play holds up against Veteran Rage and the damage output that is.
The really interesting thing against that is that you don't benefit from his Legendary or his Heroic, because nobody gets crowding out in there.
Yeah.
So the +1 damage goes away, the +1 attack goes away, and the whole sort of synergy that Vet Rage builds around. If the Blacksmith player were to just bunch up, put that AoE on themselves or just in front of themselves, then it makes it really difficult for the Vet Rage to really get going, because they lose that tooled up benefit, basically.
Exactly. So I think this is going to be quite interesting, and this is where someone... essentially, I think Gutter becomes super key here, because if Gutter can pull the target out of that AoE and then force the gang up bonuses
elsewhere,
and I think Red Fury for that, sort of like triggering off someone like Iron to pull someone out, cause that, because Iron and Ferrite should not be in that cluster.
Yeah,
triggering that to pull someone out as the target, and then allowing Vet Rage to charge
come in and
then use the things. I think that's going to be the best way for John to play this.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens.
So the guys are deploying now.
Yes, yeah. So the blacksmiths there have deployed, and I'm still getting used to these sculpts.
I think it's Ferrite that's got the ball. I'm imagining so. Ferrite and Iron on the top there.
Yeah.
I can't really see, but I think that's who's got it.
We've got Anvil, then Sledge, and then Furnace, and then I would assume there'd be Cinder down the bottom. Yeah. The interesting thing with Cinder is that, let's say you go score the goal with Ferrite, kick the ball back out. Cinder does have her one attack that can be made to 6 inches away, so could tackle the ball from far, pass it back, and go for another goal.
With Iron, because you can almost immediately, if Ferrite goes for it, pull Iron up the pitch with get over here, and then keep that going.
Yeah.
So that's got to be Ferrite. I can't really see, but 8-inch kick.
Yeah, 8-inch kick.
8-inch kick is Ferrite, because Cinder was the only other person it could be. Oh, Cinder also has an 8-inch kick. All right,
3-8.
We still don't know who this is.
They're trying to get that ball out towards... That's Minx over on that side, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Gutter's at the top. But
having it on Minx is an interesting choice. 4-8. It is Ferrite. Good.
Yeah. Ferrite kick.
It's
accurate.
Successful. With the blacksmith dice.
Yeah,
good
man,
to see.
Good man.
That's going to make this a lot easier
yeah.
for us.
Light colour dice is the direction, so 4 inches in direction 4. Doesn't like it, so it's going to re-roll it. And goes
1 and 3. It's not making it over the line on that angle. I'm imagining. So that's a free ball.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Right. So that's not a good start.
No. So it just gets to go to. Yep.
So I mean, here, where does he place it? I mean,
strong box.
Strong box is actually a really strong choice.
Yeah,
super strong because it forces the early activation, puts confidence out early.
Yep.
You want to activate him early anyway.
Yeah.
And then just drop the ball on
just
someone.
Release it on someone else. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, he's gone with gutter.
Okay.
Interesting. I would have thought kicking the ball to gutter.
Yeah.
Would be better. I think the position.
I guess if he goes from gutter, he can just pass it to Mist, and then Mist can potentially just go score.
True. Got to be careful the activation order here and how that plays out.
Yeah.
Obviously, wanting to get the extra dodge off of having Benediction close by on Mist. So how that all works out, it's going to be. We'll see what happens.
So Iron with 2 for probably an impetuous and sprints.
Yeah.
So Iron's got a really cool rule, James, that you might not have seen yet. He's got a rule called impetuous, where normally he's a 4/6, but because it just starts charging, basically he gets +2/+4.
Oh,
so he can sprint 10 inches. And if you turn his card over, on the back, he can sort of just bounce his own players around because he doesn't really know where he's going. He just bounces into people and pushes them 2 inches directly away.
So having him use impetuous on the first turn and go up being a 10-inch, and then he can basically sprint down the back line of all of your players and push them all 2 inches forward.
Oh, wow.
Which is a very useful
really
thing
strong.
to increase the threat on all of your players.
Yeah.
And if you position it right, I mean, when you've got get over here on Ferrite, you can
impetuous her over to give yourself a 2-inch bounce.
Exactly, which is very useful, especially if she's engaged.
Yeah, disengage her through a sort of weird shadow-like sort of maneuver.
Exactly. I really love now that I imagine the Ferrite card is all over the Twitterverse and the interwebs. Impetuous in the combination with Quickfoot with get over here means you've essentially got like that. That becomes an 8-inch get over here on the big man
guy.
or a 12-inch sprint all of a sudden for him as well, making his threats quite
super fast.
Yeah.
And then your other sort of your turn 1 ability is with Anvil.
Mm-hmm.
He is strike while the iron is hot. Cost 2, or can be triggered off the guild ball symbol, and the entire team dodges 2 inches towards either their goalpost or the opponent's goalpost. So they can be basically 4 inches off the line before they start committing their players that want to do the things that they should be doing.
All right, so play has started, and Strongbox has done a little advance. Furnace is wandered up a little bit.
Yeah. Looks like confidence has been put onto Rage as well there. He's got the white marker behind him.
Yep, and he's throwing out the anti-gang up bonus in front of himself. Makes sense.
Yeah.
John, they're actually asking what that does.
Yeah.
So this could be quite interesting because John may be playing a very reactionary game without knowing the full depth of the tech that he has to deal with.
It's an interesting one because going into this and seeing the opponent put down Furnace, if you had Grace in your lineup, you might take Grace
100%
to go or get rid of that. Don't want that AoE. Grace has an ability where she can remove an existing AoE on the table
once per turn, which
for free.
For free. So you can remove something like that, and that really hampers. I mean, I would actually prefer probably to see Grace over Minx on that basis.
Yeah.
But I still rather Decimate.
Yeah, Decimate for that consistent 2 damage, momentum generation, and anatomical precision.
Yeah, and if you can pull 1,000 cuts off onto this team, the amount of extra dice that Rage is then getting, I mean, you're just rinsing everything.
But there is, of course, that degree of the unknown here for the Union.
Yeah, exactly. And this is exactly what we're thinking. It's going to be quite difficult.
And we see there Sturdy from Benediction onto Rage, and he just moves forwards just a little bit. Don't want to be over. I think as the vet Rage player, you definitely want to fight in your half because you want to get Rage back into the fight if he gets taken out.
Yep.
And not knowing what the opponent does, you don't want to be super committal because you don't know what shenanigans they have to drag you either in or to catapult someone forwards and deal with that player.
So can you imagine this being quite a cagey first turn, all about the positioning?
Well, I think we're going to see a big explosion of things from the blacksmiths. So they can do a lot in the first turn, and then in turn 2, it'll just be have to play it play by play.
Yeah. It will be quite interesting because Ferrite's in a really strong place, and like we say, if Iron does go and put impetus up first and does that and dodges Ferrite forward a couple of inches, then use the get over here, Ferrite's actually in a position where she can get the ball if it winds up in the wrong place.
Yeah.
And that's what John wants, to be totally honest. So we need to be. He'll probably need to be careful of how overextended he becomes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Unless he's got knee slider, and then it's like tech.
I don't care.
Who cares?
Yeah. As long as I score, I don't care.
4-8 kick it through the tortoise. No one
Yeah.
cares. On fives, can't see anything. Let's go.
Yeah. So we see Gutter
blue
passing
die.
the ball to Mist. 3 dice, little blue dice, and makes the pass on the last dice there.
Dice efficiency, I believe you like to call this,
Yep.
Jamie.
Why roll more successes than you need?
Yep, 50-50 odds and dice
Exactly.
efficiency. We're all over the math
Oh,
this time.
we're good, we're good.
That's
It either
actually moving
happens or it doesn't.
Yep.
He's actually used that momentum to move Gutter up.
I think he passed it off and then jogged Gutter upwards.
Jog
okay.
Gutter up. So
Yeah.
that's interesting. I would have thought that having Mist at least in a position to threaten, because now Mist is not in a position to threaten the goal run.
Yeah, they're too far back.
Yeah. That 4-inch dodge, I mean, and then having the additional dodge from the Silithian being
Yeah.
nearby.
Sulfecium.
So I don't know. I can't pronounce words.
Okay.
I'm Australian.
You could dodge forwards, take the Shadow Light to get into cover, benefit from it so you don't need to drop your own smoke cloud, charge somebody, bounce, and you have acrobatics after that. And then you got your shot on goal at the end with an extra point of momentum from that pass.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Bit of time going in here. This is what happens when you're using a relatively new team.
yes,
You end up a little bit deep in the tank earlier than you would like.
yeah.
So it's going to be something that Martin will need to be careful of, I think.
Unfortunately, we don't have access to the clock. It's facing away from us, so we don't have the time on what things are doing. But I used this Vet Rage team, or very similar to in a tournament I ran the weekend, and I found that I was, because it's a brand new team for me. I know the members of the union and what they do, but how it all works together with Vet Rage.
Yeah.
I spent so much time figuring out should I Red Fury this or should I just attack with Rage? If I Red Fury this, how many dice do I get? If I attack with Rage, how many dice do I get? And I found that my clock, usually I'm with my Alchemist and my Fisherman or whatever, I'm really good on clock.
Yep.
But for that one, I was constantly like on the breadline, like I'm
It's
going to
like
start.
me all of the time.
I'm going to start giving away VPs. I need to speed up.
I mean, we all know that I'm like on the breadline all the time, but that's how I win games.
Yeah.
Clock points are the best points.
Yeah.
You've always said that you like to take your time and make sure that you get the move absolutely spot on, which is obviously what I do as well.
Yeah. I mean, you want to get it, you want to get it spot on, but I tend to force my opponent to do the same thing. So we've seen Impetus go up and essentially then sprint Iron up. So this is I think maybe a little bit of an error. I mean, what we've seen now is we've now got Gutter engaging Iron, who's got nothing but some movement buffs on.
Yeah.
We've got
we've got Red Fury Rage.
And we've got Vet Rage sort of sitting there. So I don't know the distance between Benediction and Gutter, whether Vet Rage needs to commit anything at this point.
Oh, yeah,
because you can cast through him.
Yes,
the blessing of the something. I'm good with. I know what the rules are.
I know what it does. I don't know the names.
Yeah. I know what I like to call it, but it's from another company.
It's Impart Wisdom, Impart Faith.
Yeah.
Impart Wisdom.
Impart Wisdom. I think Gutter's probably outside of 6 there.
So Vet Rage probably needs to either jog 5 to get around there or sprint, and either one's worthwhile because you get to generate 3 momentum.
Exactly.
Iron does not have tough hide, does he? So
Iron
he does. He does.
Iron does
so
have tough hide.
it's a little bit tougher to get the 2 momentous damage.
Well, not really. I mean, Iron's a 2-2 model. You got attack of 5.
So 2-1.
2-1. I mean, you should be getting up to that pretty easily.
Yeah.
And even if you don't, you just take the other momentous damage, like momentous pushes and things like that, which she has access to. It's more or less should give the Union first activation next turn, which will put Vet Rage into Iron and kill him.
Yeah. Yes, because he's already got the crowd out. Charge in, take a momentous result.
Yep.
Put up the heroic and then finish him off.
Exactly. And unless Sledge comes rampaging up on the outside there's no real threat. So we've got Mark Target going down on Furnace. So we can either expect to see a pass to Vet Rage here from Mist, which would then send him in that direction.
Yes.
Which would be interesting. Be very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the Blacksmith player is definitely going towards the top of the screen with his scrum. He's going to try and take out Gutter by the looks of things. He's committed very heavily with Iron there. What we could see is a pass to, Shadow Light forwards, pass to Vet Rage, and then walk and just generate some momentum, hitting Iron.
Yeah, for sure.
With the crowd out, so 5 dice, 2's 2. You expect 1 hit. momentous dodge, momentous dodge, momentous
Yep.
dodge, and you sit there on 3 momentum with the ball,
Exactly. Yeah.
and you go first turn and you kill whoever you want to, basically.
Yeah. John's being very sporting in his comments to Martin here, sort of, oh, you've got a threat range of 7 inches on Vet Rage, but I've got the dodge ability there.
Yeah.
He goes, of course I've got the ball as well. He's just giving a lot of information, which is really nice of him, but not necessary.
No.
Great to see in a first game of the tournament.
Yeah.
Perhaps something that you wouldn't see in the last game of the stream today.
Yeah, I think that tends to drop off because you hope to sort of get one over almost. Oh, we see a Ferrite going in.
Ferret going into gutter.
So you're right, really heavily committing that way.
So very heavily.
that's interesting.
A heavy commitment.
Because Ferret, of course, is a 3-2 model compared to the 2-2 of Iron.
Yeah.
But doesn't have tough hide.
No. But has a momentous disarm on 1, bringing an attack down by 2. She's crowded out already.
Yep.
So Gutter would be rolling a whole 2 dice.
Yeah, true.
And with 1 armor, you can only choose momentous 1, but that does let you hit Ferrite because she's not tough hided.
Exactly.
Which if there's no other choices, you might as well do.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that's a good place. Momentous disarm coming down
there.
So Jamie calling it.
Called
but I
it.
think what that's done is, with the pass, it's put Ferret in position to be charged by Vet Rage.
Yeah. It's a risky one.
Yeah, very risky. I mean,
17 boxes engaged already.
And with no real counter threat coming through. So where Mist is, able to pass the ball to Vet Rage, dodge Vet Rage forwards, and then move up and put an additional crowd out on Ferret.
To get more dice.
Which then means, Vet Rage is coming in at attack 9, -1 for the cover that Ferret's in.
Yeah.
I mean,
but then +1 for his heroic, which he'll put upon himself.
Exactly.
So 9 dice with 4 attacks and the charge. Doesn't look good for Ferrite.
No, I mean, you won't get the extra dice on the charge because he'll be out of momentum at that point. Because he didn't dodge off the first pass, so he can put his heroic up first. You're talking about a 13 dice charge there.
Yeah.
That on a 3-2 model, that's not going to be very pretty.
Probably a 4, couple of momentum, so probably a 4-2 for the charge.
Yeah.
Still not pretty.
Oh, so he's actually passed the ball to Vet Rage there, and he's bonus timed it, which means he can't put heroic up before the charge.
No.
Which is interesting. I would have thought a 3 dice pass on something that's not super critical is pretty good odds.
But I think from what I saw John measuring out earlier, it looks like he was measuring up an actual charge onto Furnace.
Yeah. But he's now jogging up and engaging Ferrite there with Miss. So I think he's got a 7-inch.
He's got 2 positions.
He's got an 8-inch, and essentially, I mean. Yeah, so positioning very strongly for next turn as well, with Mist being in cover for the extra movement.
Mist here rolling 6 dice because of cover of darkness. And Iron.
So we've got an attack coming in from Mist here.
Yep. 3-2 and gets 2 hits. So.
Right. So there we go.
Dodge.
I didn't see how much influence is on this. So he's just getting the momentum back now, so he can
heroic and charge.
Essentially, heroic can still charge.
Ooh, sad times.
So not a pretty place for Ferrite to be.
Yeah. 1 hit, 1 damage.
And even these little bits of damage, he just needed the 1 momentous result to really make this count. Nothing on that.
But even if you got them.
Yeah, even a couple of, like that 1 extra damage going to 16. We've now got Rage needing to do 16 with +1 damage at base tack 9.
Yeah.
I mean,
you'd expect.
I would expect Ferrite to be a very armor-coloured smudge.
Yeah. Or very sort of weak. You leave it at 1 for the start of next turn and go, and your captain is gone.
Exactly. Which is very useful. So we've got Cinder and Sledge left, and I don't really know where this is going to go. I think Cinder is trying to move up here and actually get in range to do the long-range attack.
Yeah.
I imagine, but I'm not sure what she can really do with it.
Just generate momentum so you can defensive stance the charge.
Yeah, I mean, and it'll be interesting to see. I mean, if he accidentally takes the damage result, of course, that triggers Rising Anger and makes Rage even angrier.
Rage.
So,
I guess the only other thing is if you can get that 1 momentum on your counter attack with Ferrite, if she's not knocked down by the charge, which would probably keep her alive, she double dodges away.
Yeah, but I mean, you've got to take that knockdown with Vet Rage, right? I mean, even if you get a fudged roll, needing only 3 hits on a 13 dice charge, I would take that every time. And I think John's. I mean, you might not get the wrap all the way around to it.
No, not with the 2 armor.
But I think you still take it.
Yeah.
So I think she's put decoy up.
Yeah.
Oh no, Kindle.
Kindle, when she starts within, I believe it's 6 inches of furnace.
Yep.
She gets burning strike. So whenever she causes damage, she sets the opponent on fire.
Right. Which, very strong against Rage.
Yeah.
But I think all that's going to save now is the heroic on the charge.
But you damage him, he gets 2 momentum for Rising Anger, clears the condition.
Yep.
And goes, hey, I got a bonus momentum.
This is a bit of a weird play. I think he's trying to save Ferrite here, but I think all he's doing is making sure that she dies.
Yeah. Yeah. But if she chooses that result, then it's a mistake. But because it's a brand new team, John could just be going, I'm activating Kindled and getting it into his routine.
Right, very true.
I activate Kindled because she's within 6 inches of furnace. And then in the next game, he remembers to do that because that becomes routine rather than...
Exactly, that's fair.
This turn.
Yeah. But I mean, the right choice here is to just take a push, a dodge result.
Well, he can't take anything.
1 hit.
Oh, 1 hit, so he's got 1.
Oh, he's taken the non-momentous damage result.
Momentous damage.
And he's
him on
put
fire.
on fire. Triggers Rising Anger. We're seeing all the things happen.
Everything just happened at once.
John has, of course, remembered that Rising Anger is there and taken his 2 momentum.
So John tracks his momentum by these white dice in the bottom left-hand corner.
Yep.
And it's not the numbers shown, it's just the number of dice.
Yeah. I actually really like this as a mechanic and something that I want to do, but I don't want to buy another whole set of dice for that purpose.
Fair enough.
And I think this is a really great system because as he spends the momentum, if it's for a bonus time, he rolls that into the thing, which is really clean, and you know exactly what's going on.
All right, so John here just checking out what the playbooks are of the opposing blacksmith players. So when he goes in, he's not going to get any sort of... Does she have unpredictable? Does she have poise? Does she have this? Does she have that?
Yeah.
And I think what's her double dodge on? 2 hits. So it's like, right, so I need to knock you down if you declare the counter.
So you see John clearing conditions, popping his heroic.
Yeah.
Of course, the other thing that Martin needs to be aware of is when Rage goes in here and charges, she's only counter-attacking on 2 dice. Because she's crowded out by Gutter and Mist, and Rage will be in cover.
She can't even hit that.
He can't even do it. There's no way for her to dodge out because Rage is a 4-1 model.
I mean, a free disarm, though, is pretty tasty.
I mean, double 4s, it's tasty,
50%.
but I think you still go for the knockdown because going to a 2-2 with all those dice is amazing. So we'll see what happens. But free charge, gone base to base. Here comes the pain.
Just to clarify for any guys who've joined a little bit late, it is Ferrite as the captain for the Blacksmiths Guild. So here's the dice math that you have to consistently do with Vet Rage. It's like, right, 7 from Rage, 4 for charging, 2 for this, 1 for that. You're in cover, -1.
So we think he's going for the knockdown here.
And he's got confidence on Vet Rage for this charge as well.
Oh, yeah.
But I believe John has actually not added the 4 dice for the charge.
It didn't look like it, did it?
No, he's not added that in. So bit of an awkward scenario there because he should have another 4 dice.
Yeah, which makes a huge difference.
Huge difference, absolutely massive.
With the reroll as well.
With the confidence reroll.
So, slight mistake there. Is he going to realise?
He's looking at it going, this doesn't make sense. How I've only got 5 hits on a charge with Vet Rage on a 3-2 model. Oh, 3 up to 4 with a push. So that's going to drop Ferrite down to 13. She's already taken 1.
Oh, she's taken 1.
So she's down to 12 now.
He's just checked. He's like, I didn't roll enough dice.
So Martin is countering not on the charge, on the second attack. Yep. And so John has realised he's missed his opportunity on the charge there.
Oh no!
Awkward dice there.
He's hit the knockdown. He's hit the knockdown.
He's hit the knockdown. That's all that matters.
3 hits for that range.
All right. A little bit of confusion on where the knockdown was, but all resolved and we're all laughing, so that's good.
Carrying on with the attacks.
So now needing 2s. Hit the 5th column. So I think
3 up to 4.
So he's down to 8 hit points left, and I believe we have two more attacks. So I mean, we should see a dead Ferrite here. Another 5, so it'll be another 4 damage.
This is what Vet Rage does.
Yeah.
Delete.
Exactly.
Yeah. Delete.
So Ferrite's currently got 4 hit points left.
Bye-bye.
And that's all hits. So it's
Momentous death.
Momentous death. So that's
First
She
blood.
returns at 9. Oh. John here thinking, hold on a second, I'm winning the momentum race. If I do 2 up to 3 to you, leave you on 1, I kill you at the start of your turn, which he's decided to do, so he's not scored any points.
Yep.
But he's leaving her alive for the start of the turn so he can kill her, go into someone else, probably Iron, because he stood there.
exactly, and charge into Iron. That's another free attack. So he can take the kill.
Take the kill,
first.
get a double momentum, pop Heroic into Iron, deal the punch damage to him.
Yep, and because Ferrite's knocked down, it's a 2/2 with attack of 9 again, attack of 8 this time because you won't have the Heroic. Can then trigger the Heroic, charge into Iron, who is again crowded out from Gutter, and just start getting some serious work done. I mean, it's pretty brutal, brutal. And taking out Ferrite and Iron is going to really hinder the Blacksmith team, especially as it currently stands. Because they then have to go into that scrum.
And they have to go chase the ball as well because there's so much to consider now.
Those are the types of decisions you see from experienced players. It is so tempting.
You ask so many questions of your opponent that they can't answer them all, and some of them have to get let through.
Exactly. And having the ball at the back there on Benediction is a really nice place for it to be. I mean,
free counter attack.
Where do you go? Free counterattack, but I guess the other thing is if you activate him early enough before they have an opportunity to go for it, he can put that additional 2 armor on himself.
Armor up, so he's Def 3 arm 4, poise, double push on 2 hits, get out of here.
Not a fun time, even if you've got a momentous tackle on 1.
Guys who are asking in the stream, we don't have the death clock because it is facing away from our camera, so unfortunately we don't have that for you. And if you're watching on mobile, the dice cam is going to be small. We recommend that you do watch on a desktop or TV or Xbox or whatever you're watching Twitch on. And then the dice cam will be far bigger. We don't want to increase it too much because it will intervene quite a lot on what you guys can see at home.
So we've seen Sledge move up here into a position to essentially threaten, which makes a lot of sense. Standing next to Anvil really gets things done. I think we just had a time update.
We just had a time update from our runner. John with the Union has 34 minutes remaining. And Martin with the Blacksmiths has 33 minutes remaining.
It's a very long first turn. Very long first turn. I mean, traditionally we don't see, even for me. And traditionally you don't see first turns sort of drop below the 40-minute mark, I would say. But, I mean, a big first turn from Vet Rage there, setting up the takeout on Ferrite, which is going to be key.
And a new team. Learning
brand new team that you're learning.
And that's always the big thing, that first turn, learning, right, well, this is the order of my activations, this is where I allocate my influence, this is the order that I want to do things, this is how I'm going to set this up, and that takes time.
Yeah, for sure. So I think this will be quite interesting this turn. We have to see Vet Rage go first here. I think we'll take the takeout on Ferrite, mainly because if there's an issue there, Rage is actually in a very bad position. If he doesn't move now.
But you got Anvil coming in, and Sledge looks loaded up there as well. That's a knockdown, a singled out.
All right, so we're seeing Vet Rage go first here. But where does he move back to? I mean, he can't, if he goes onto Iron, he's in the same position. He's not actually gaining anything. Momentously dead on Ferrite.
So that is John Lee on 2 points. That's the Union player on 2 points.
So now what he does with the remainder of the influence will be quite interesting. I mean, I think the right thing is probably Heroic, as he's done, and then maybe he goes and kills Sledge. It doesn't. It's difficult.
The heroic doesn't help you though. There's no one there to crowd out.
No, all right. He's charging into Iron.
I thought he might do.
Yeah, but it's whether or not then Anvil is in a position to move up, singled out, knocked down.
Yeah.
And then Sledge is actually then
just waiting. Sledge with his momentous 7 hits. And Vet Rage counting out all the guards. He remembered his charge dice.
Yep, so 13 dice this time.
Yep.
2s and 2.
3 misses, 2 armor.
8
It's a wrap.
wrapped by 1.
1 up to 2.
Which is tough hide, so it's only 1 on Iron. So then
4, so
and
it takes
3,
4.
so 4 damage.
4 damage, 2 momentum.
I believe the Blacksmith player has forgotten tough hide and actually just marked down 6 damage.
Oh dear.
This is
one of the
experience sort
showing,
of coming
yeah.
through here. So he's actually again 1, 2,
3 up to
3.
4.
He's marked off the 4 again, so he's totally forgotten tough hide here. And that kills him. So he's actually forgotten tough hide and removed Iron, even though he should have taken 4 less hit points in that.
He's taken 2 up to 3. He's just farming him now for momentum.
Yeah, so
he would have taken him out anyway. I've been tracking it along. The
6 would have been 4. Yeah, okay, maybe.
8 would have been 10. The 4 would have been 6. That 3 would have been down. And
you probably get there anyway, but it's
but yeah,
still something to be wary of.
Yeah, that's another 2 points to John.
The peril of a new team affects both.
Yeah,
both
for sure.
Well, but a strong play there. Really strong.
Very good. I think John has to be wary of going into the next Blacksmith game he goes in against. He was like, I killed Iron well easy last time. Let's go in. Oh, by the way, he has tough hide. Oh, that didn't happen last time.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's something we maybe mention to them after the stream, just for, I think it benefits both of them.
Yes. Yeah.
Obviously, don't want to interrupt in the middle of something. That's not okay, but a little bit unfortunate there.
So Iron returns next turn at 6 hit points.
I think it's great for the guys at home that they're getting to watch the Blacksmiths play in the first game of the live stream on SteamCon.
Very cool. So cool.
Very cool. I think it would be even better if there was some of the new box in there. Seeing some of the extra tech there from Alloy on the pitch.
Yeah,
and I think people seeing Faris and Bolt would have been cool. But
something we should say is that there were some brand new, it's been shown in the Guild Ball supporters script for people who've bought them. There was a Christmas or a holiday half was released, a new sculpt with a bunch of presents on her back, dishing out presents for everybody instead of.
Does she have a beard too, like old lady beard?
Don't
so
think
she's
so.
like.
No.
Lady beard.
A few little wisps.
And this is why I'm not allowed to come up with ideas for things.
Get a beard on that model.
So we see Anvil here. Slamming
sitting just outside. He's gone into
charging in.
Charged.
So
we got a defensive
stance.
Rage.
Yeah. He's looking for 5s and 1, and those Blacksmith dice doing the best they can.
Fire!
To
Absolutely. Missing 3 times. Jeez.
I'm like, 5 hits. What can I do with Anvil?
I wonder what Anvil can do on 5 hits. Whatever he likes.
Yeah, knockdown.
Knockdown, double push. Not momentous.
I think you take singled out. There's no
you definitely take the singled out. Yeah. He's taken what I said, which was the wrong thing to take.
The knockdown, double push. Oh no, he's pushing him out of cover.
Which is useful, but I still think the singled out, the extra 2 dice.
Singled out right now guarantees your knockdown next time.
Yeah, whereas singled out needing 3s. I mean, he's got 1 attack left.
Attack 6.
Attack 6.
Should do it. He could legendary for the extra dice.
It's probably not worth it at this point.
Yeah.
Not quite the same.
Just missed it.
And he's missed the singled out, which makes Sledge very difficult now.
Yeah.
So that's awkward.
Yeah, so you take a momentous push, bring him close to Sledge, so Sledge can just walk in and do this, I guess.
Taking the momentous push. This is now a little bit interesting. I mean, Sledge is now no longer in a position to kill Rage.
No.
I mean, he can.
He
can. But, I mean
Furnace, if he wants the setup to go on longer, he can always tool him up with Furnace.
Yeah. That was tough fight. He's just about to realise that Iron has tough hide.
Oh, no.
No, he didn't realise.
He didn't realise
because
he
he's not on the pitch.
He's not on the pitch, so he's not checking.
This is awkward.
Devastating.
This is awkward to watch.
Guys in Twitch chat saying, oh dear, this is turning into a one-sided affair.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely has the potential to, but I think if Vet Rage gets taken out this turn, then the overall killing potential of the Union drops dramatically.
Yeah.
So they lose access to their +1 damage and attack buffs. And I do think Vet Rage can go down. I mean, he's taken 1 point of damage so far, down to 16. Sledge can easily do those sort of numbers just off his regular playbook.
And if they don't stand him up with a come on mate, the 2 momentum, he's got another activation where he can actually tool Sledge up as well. Yeah, because Furnace is on the pitch, and I think
that's the scary thing.
Yep. So John actually asking about tutelage there and trying to understand that mechanic. So when Sledge starts his activation, if it's within 6 of Anvil, he gets a free character play, which is often used to take 3 net hits, which is very, very handy on Piledriver. Yeah. So that's what we see being measured here. If he's within, he is at the moment. So John's trying to find a way to get him out. Now, the best way to do that at this point in time would be, I think, to take Gutter up onto the side of there and actually just tap Anvil a little bit further forward a few times and just really mitigate the damage that Sledge can do.
Yeah, if you can take away that Piledriver, Sledge's first attack becomes selecting Piledriver from his playbook.
Yeah.
Results not doing damage. So that his next attack can get Piledriver. I mean, the dream is what is it? 9 hits that you get your 7 momentous damage and Piledriver.
Exactly, and then you're...
James, your face has just dropped. This is the first time you've seen the Blacksmith's cards, isn't it? I can tell.
No. I definitely did my research before I came here.
We're seeing the Blacksmith's forums like basically read out in James's face every time we mention a character.
Oh my days!
You can do this. So what's that number at the end?
7.
7.
And what is it? Yeah, momentous. Yeah, it's a bit beautiful,
isn't it?
Sick.
Yeah, that's sick.
And look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's also got it.
What? That's not fair. That's amazing.
And when you take this, we're going to just show James the Hearth card and let him look at this second character play and see how that might work really nicely with
anyone.
With anyone, but especially with Sledge and Iron there.
It's always a good idea to explain it anyway when it comes to me.
For sure.
No, I just want to see your reation first, and then we'll.
Oh my days!
Now, see, that was faked, and we all know that. But the ability to put out that 2-inch melee onto Iron. I mean, Sledge obviously already has it, but it's good.
What I'm liking about looking at
this... So we're seeing Gutter, go into Anvil here. Maybe we'll see exactly what we'll talk about.
She stood up Rage with 2 momentum and is now attacking to try and drag him. Choosing a result.
He's hit momentous, and he's now pausing on which momentous result he will take.
He can either push and have complete control over which direction he goes, or he can chain grab momentously to pull him directly towards.
3 hits?
Yes.
Okay.
On Gutter. She has Silent Blow on 5 now.
Yeah, yep, true. That's it. No, it's gone for the damage, so 2 down to 1.
2 damage down to 1, okay. Second swing, again, 2 hits this time.
I mean, takes the push, so now we're starting to see this stop Sledge tech coming.
And again, just going to try and drag him as far away from Sledge as possible.
Yep.
Which is what you need to do. Like, if you can break these synergies between the apparent synergies between Master and Apprentice, the Apprentices are super strong and easy to take out if they are near their Masters at the start of their activations. If you can deny the Blacksmith player that ability, their Apprentices aren't nearly as strong.
Exactly. The influence efficiency from the tutelage attribute, character trait, on the Masters, I mean, not all of them have it, obviously, but on the ones that do, it's incredible.
Generally as well, Blacksmiths, you see them like within an inch of each other, so they can benefit with the Blacksmiths the masters, they carry a big shield around to show that they've become masters of their craft.
Some of them do.
The majority of them give out cover to their friendly models.
Within an inch.
Within an inch.
James's face. James's face. Like I tell you, it is literally the emotions of that of the spoiler forum. It's amazing to watch.
It's like Christmas.
Feels like Christmas. It's,
I'm just loving the fact that having seen the cards for the first time, there are some really different ways of playing the
cards
blacksmiths, clearly.
And these really beautiful models.
Yeah.
Where's the camera? There's the camera.
Whilst it's their
you can
face
see
that I've been pulling.
See the big horsey man. See the big horsey. Well, I say man.
Horsey
woman.
lady. Horsey lady.
Horsey lady.
So Furnace there has walked up by an attack. 6
On
dice
Vet Rage.
against Vet Rage.
Big hits. 3 hits.
Got the momentous knockdown.
He's got the knockdown back. So
Which he
now
takes.
Rage can't actually be stood up again.
Yeah.
He's already had Common Mate, he's already activated his turn. So that's actually putting Sledge in a very strong place.
Yeah.
Buying another attack.
So he's not going for he has gone for tooled up by the looks of it as well.
Yeah.
On Sledge. So 3s and 1.
Still 3 hits.
Takes 2 damage. Chip away.
2 damage is probably the way to go here.
Not momentous, but you're pushing your objective.
Yep.
Momentous push.
Interesting. I'm trying to think what he's doing there. He's already Anvil's. He's already engaged by Anvil. No, he's not engaged by Anvil currently. But he is engaged by Furnace with the 2-inch melee. So Rage is being pushed somewhere. It looks like it's towards Anvil.
Yeah, so I think he's trying to get him engaged by as many people as possible.
Exactly.
So now he can't be stood up. He's free to put him where he wants. Personally, though, I would still bring him into my
I
half.
would be bringing him closer.
Bring it close to my half. I'll fight in my half, thank you very much.
Yeah, exactly.
And never go over that halfway line again, because that way lies death.
Especially if he's going for the takeout on Rage now with Sledge. Yeah. I mean, you've got
heavily
Ferrite
committed to it.
Yeah.
And he's done that. He's brought Rage forwards.
Yeah. And from John there, a declaration of a charge from Benediction if he's in range. He's like, oh god, actually I'm not as fast as I thought I was.
John actually using a rule that's not used very often here that a lot of people forget about is that you can drop the ball at any point during your movement. And a charge, of course, has the movement.
And he's dropped it on missed.
He's dropped it on missed. So this is...
Yeah. Within an inch of missed. Exactly. Missed snaps the ball to himself. He's in cover. He's in range to Shadow-like. He will definitely be having a threat on goal this turn.
Yeah. But I like the use of that rule.
Yeah.
And that's really great. And I think something a lot of people don't realise can be done is that drop in any point, and that in a charge it can be done as well. I like that we've seen that.
Players here discussing counter-attack defensive stance and what's going on now. Martin there saying, I'll defensive or I'll counter. And John saying, oh, sorry, because I've now moved the model, you actually missed that timing step because what you declare depends on where I position my model.
Oh, okay.
And Martin was like, oh, well, terribly sorry, I can take it back. And John was like, no, sorry, if you didn't understand. They're both being very, very English about it. But no, it was my mistake. I moved my model too quickly. I didn't understand what was going on.
And I think it's important to sort of take that time. And even if it's something as simple as when you declare the charge, going to flip the clock to your opponent to make sure they need to say something or give them the opportunity.
Or you pass it on to them and say, do you want to declare a reaction? And then hit the clock. Pass it on to them.
Exactly. And I think that I think that's the way I like to do it. Yeah. People don't like me for doing that, but whatever. People don't like me because I'm Australian. That's also fine.
It's not because you're Australian, mate. Sorry.
Fair comment.
Big Dino says, JJ, can you stop commentating? It's hurting my face.
Deno, I mean, given the size of your face, Deno, that's a lot of pain. Yeah. But you've got a big enough chin. Just cop it.
I'll probably not repeat his next line.
I mean, I'm probably going to get a message on one of these things. Just a picture of him flipping me the bird or something.
Yeah. So we saw there from Benediction what looked like a 2-inch push just to relocate Sledge and say, nope, you can stay well away from Sledge.
Yep.
I believe that. I'm not sure what marker got put down on Sledge there, but he's in range to make an attack, so he's paid for it.
I think he's pile driven himself.
Just paid for pile driver. Rolling 6 dice, 3s and 1. Probably looking at doing 3 momentous damage here with normal dice. 2 misses and 1 armor. 3 net hits.
So it goes to 6 on Sledge.
You choose to use Pile Driver. Does 4, which is 5 damage, which triggers Rising Anger, leaves Vet Rage on 12 health.
Right. And only 1 attack left.
1 attack left. Not likely to take him out.
So I think John's done very well to sort out the incoming Sledge situation there.
Yeah, he's done very well. So
Nicer roll there.
4 hits, 3 momentous probably. 3 momentous damage,
so
leaving
that's what he's
Rage on
done.
9.
So it's left Vet Rage on 9, is it?
Yes, 9
8
health left.
on 8
9.
apparently, according to John just then. But I don't know where the extra damage has come from.
I might have missed some at some point. 8 damage, apparently. What do we know?
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Or nothing, in my case.
No damage was done this turn because Rising Anger has just been triggered. Last turn it was triggered from the
Did Furnace
shot on him.
Did Furnace do a point of damage?
No, because he's just triggered Rising Anger now.
Yeah.
I don't know where that's come from, but whatever. He wasn't burning still.
No.
Ah, who knows. Also, we noticed that Furnace forgot to put down his AoE when he activated.
Right. I mean, it's not important this turn, I don't think.
No, not terribly.
Right. So we've got the Tortoise moving up to be within 4 of the next targets.
Oh dear. I love Strongbox. He's my favourite mascot in the game.
That knockdown on 1.
Knockdown on 1, Sick'em on him, amazing, especially under the legendary.
Was it you at the WTC?
Yeah, against Jay Finnegan. Bork charged in and got him base to base. And I was like, well, I'm counter-attacking. And he still moved in base to base. And I was like, awesome. Didn't knock me down, so I knocked him down. He was like, oh, that's terrible.
The rule with Strongbox is ignore at your peril. I lost
Yeah.
a game to Jason Fox
Yeah.
at the British Guild Ball Championships, which
Yeah.
I believe you won.
One of us won it. Yeah.
Wasn't me. and I believe that not taking him out early in the game, or earlier in the game, definitely lost it for me.
If you can take out Strongbox, he never gets back into the game because of how slow he is.
Oh, a lot of 1s coming through there.
Oh dear.
Not a great advert for the Blacksmith
Momentous
dice.
2 damage.
Momentous 2 damage. So Vet Rage has gone to 6.
Down to 6. And he is burning.
So that's interesting.
Yeah, Twitch chat as well agreeing with us that Rage should be 1 health higher. I'm glad I'm still saying this early in the morning.
I mean,
we're going to be here
they
all
love us.
day.
I've still not told Jane.
Still not told Jane.
Is she watching?
Definitely not.
Hang
I
on,
have
check.
invited her.
Is Jane in the chat? Like, that's
If she is, hi Jane, hi Eleanor.
Oh dear.
I'm looking forward to that reaction.
Yeah. Oh, it's still going. It's overrunning.
Yeah, it's
Wink,
1 o'clock
wink.
in the morning.
So Minx is coming into Furnace there.
You know what? I forgot Minx was even on the table.
Furious. 2 Furious models. Very handy.
Yep.
John remembering his charge dice. And then rolling
2.
horribly.
That's enough for Minx to do some damage and put out snared. Back to the shadows. Momentous 2, which
2
goes
dodge.
down to 1. Is Furnace one of the
Furnace has got
hide?
tough hide, yeah.
So Furnace 19.
No, it doesn't have
No, it
tough
doesn't,
hide.
so he is
Wrong
18.
one. Iron has it.
Iron, Anvil.
And Anvil. 5 inches of dodge coming up from Minx. I don't know where she's going to go with this.
No, that's what I'm thinking.
No, you just sort of stay.
I think
engaged.
you just get back out so you can use
Oh, so
Furious
you can
again
Furious
next
again.
turn.
Yeah, sorry. Or if she's the only one over there, stay engaged, because then when you win the initiative, Vet Rage stands up, beats him up.
Yeah, I actually don't know what the momentum count is. That I've not been keeping track of.
It's 8 to the Union player, and I don't imagine the Blacksmiths are anywhere near that. Sledge generated 2, Furnace generated 1,
Yeah.
Anvil generated
7 actually, apparently, on the blacksmith.
Oh,
and
wow,
now
7.
8, which is very impressive given that he's down 2 activations because he lost Farah and Iron before they could do anything.
Yeah, and
which is why we're
Iron
seeing a
had
lot
some on
of
him.
we're seeing a lot of back-to-back activations here, being able to delay mist, generate extra momentum, clear lines. Having Furnace drop down with the snared on defense just makes this goal run with mist a walk in the park.
Yeah. So John here just checking if he can Shadow Like and stay within 1 inch of cover and have a good charge line. He's like, I can't do it, so I'm going to have to accept that I don't get my additional movement and just go score this goal.
Fair enough.
From 8 inches away.
Yeah.
Time on the clock's pretty good as well. We have 21 minutes left for John and 23 minutes left for Martin.
Yeah.
So John's actually gone ahead, but he's got more activations this turn and he's got more things to plan.
Also, I mean, the blacksmith activations this turn were move forward, apply hammer to face, as opposed to any jank with ferrite or iron.
Yeah, very true.
In terms of movement. Players sharing widgets.
Yep.
Oh, so we think it might actually be out here with the missed goal run.
So that's the double dodge there being measured. I don't think Mist has enough on him to do acrobatics after the attack.
Well, I mean, if the charge comes through and has a dodge and then acrobatic.
I don't think he's got enough. I think he's got 3 on him.
Only got 3, not 4. Okay.
Yeah. So he's measuring up the. If I charge to here and I get double dodge, I should be in range to do this. It's crowded out, but you take the shot.
Crowded out. You got 8 momentum. Just
bonus time it. As well, you're attacking Furnace, who is what? He is.
It's a 3-2.
2-2.
2-2 because of snared.
Crowded out by Rage, charging 8.
No crowd out from Rage, he's knocked down.
Oh, yes. Well,
and he's out if he gets... Yep, so he...
Well, nice, 8, 2-2. You've got a good chance of wrapping on this. Oh, defensive stance, so back to 3s 2.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
He's taken the counter-attack as well.
Defensive countered.
Ooh.
2 armor.
Still gets the double dodge.
Double dodge or push dodge just to disengage.
He needs the double dodge to make goal range.
It's true.
And that should put him out, though, right? He won't be in counter-attack range from there.
Yeah,
he's not base to base,
it's
a double dodge, so he should be able to get out.
Yeah.
And whether he can get out and be in goal range is...
That's the question.
Right, so I think it's tackle on 1.
Not worth risking that. It looks like he has got 4 on him. What's he doing?
He's doing the momentous push dodge.
Yeah. Momentous push dodge away and then acrobatic. He was in range.
He did have the 4.
Why was he saying he wasn't in range then? That's lying.
I mean, we can only comment on what we hear from the players and what's going on.
Let's ask the guys in the chat.
Yeah.
The guys in the chat are saying they can dress up as your wife if you'd like.
I'll take that.
It's Deno, so, pinch of salt.
But
he'd do it.
Hey, I used to be in the army, I'm not bothered.
So he's taking the push dodges away.
Yep.
And then you acrobatic and you disengage from everyone.
Yep. Ooh.
Oh, he's being greedy.
That's greed.
So what we've just heard is that he's declared an attack against Cinder. Cinder is a 4-1 model, I believe.
Yeah.
A 3-1. 3-1. That's greedy.
With 4 dice, he's taking the counter attack. Well,
interestingly, if he'd have push dodged,
no counter attack. I mean, acrobatic was 100% the right play here when you're sitting on 9 momentum.
Yeah.
Against 4.
And against 4 because he just spent it all to.
He's bonus timing the attack. This is just interesting
play.
play.
Mistake as well. What's that? 2 hits.
2 hits.
He's got a 1-inch dodge. Greedy.
But I mean, he had to have been in a straight line on that thing to the goal run.
Yeah.
And be at. This is. I mean, the 2-inch dodge disengaged you from Cinder and put you in goal threat range.
Yeah.
Maybe winning the momentum race.
I can only assume he must have forgot. The tackle's on 3. And
tackle's on 3. I mean, he's not getting the tackle, right? I mean, tack 5 needing 5s.
Bonus time it, and then, it's a 50-50.
And he's just out now because of this. I mean, Bit of a misplay there.
Yeah.
Bit of a misplay.
The thing they also need to do on this table is to ensure if you're ever going for a goal run, just say, double check your goal for me, please.
Yeah.
Because this is a custom table, it doesn't have the printed neoprene locations of where the goal is. These goal tokens can and will get nudged during the game. I believe we saw it get nudged back there from the 8-inch widget.
So I think what we're seeing here is one,
That's
sort of another attack is not in range, and I think we're seeing
Mist takes 1 damage.
The Union, Cinder takes 1 damage.
Cinder takes 1 damage,
We're seeing him set up to essentially generate the momentum with Mist going
Start
first.
of the turn.
But he's now essentially giving him black rage. Sorry. The other Union captain.
one of the other Union captains. So rage takes 1 for burning.
Rage takes 1.
Yes, your choice here.
Yeah, the choice here is either you score and do that,
or
you try and save rage,
or get at least something out of rage, because he'll have to stand up to do something.
Is rage still engaged by sledge there? I think he is. Yeah, 40 mil base from furnace. So yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So he's going to be hard for rage to do anything.
He tack 6 against a 3-2 model.
2-2 because he's still snared.
Yeah, 2-2 model. He can still get some. He won't do any damage, but he could definitely. Well, he'll do some damage, heal himself.
Well, yeah, exactly.
It just delays that because then Sledge has to get set up again.
Yeah.
Before he can do that. Sledge, where's his card gone? Problem with learning new people. If Rage heals, he goes back to 9 health. Sledge can't reliably do that in 1 activation. It's a tough choice. I think I'd go with Rage first here.
I think you do.
Yeah.
But you can't save him. I mean, you have to use your movement to stand up.
Yeah.
Which then means you can't even use Furious, because I was thinking if you've got a way to get some momentum, you can then
Furious away to someone else.
Use quick time to dodge yourself to out of Sledge and then charge over into Anvil. And then you're in a very strong place. I mean, you're back in your half, you've got Gutter nearby, you've got Benediction.
We see both Iron and Ferrite returning from the kickoff line. Both fast enough to get back in and can bonk.
Yeah, it could actually come on and ramming speed Ferrite a little bit further.
What's it called?
Battering
It's
ram.
not ramming speed, battering ram, that's the one. Yeah. One of the players there just taking off their jumper. It's getting a little bit warm in the hall, and then he's kept his mic on. It's all good.
He didn't do it slowly enough for our liking.
No, we've got that on stream. Can we cut to the players now that John's taken his jumper off? Look at that.
There we go. Look at that.
Stripes versus checks.
Yep. It's
the oldest battle.
A regular schoolboy football.
Yeah.
It's shirts versus skins.
Yeah.
We've not got to that point yet.
No. It's also too cold here to do skins, right? Or is that a thing you do when you're just really hard?
Oh, I don't know. I've never done that.
Okay.
Still only 4-0. I mean, there's a goal on the plate for Mist.
Yeah.
Where do you see... So obviously there's a rage takeout available for the Blacksmith player. When Mist is activating first and probably scores, do you reckon he's got knee slider and will go out to sort of that patch of rough ground just below where the guild symbols are?
I would hope, given what he's committed there and the positions...
Oh, 1 damage to
So he's
Cinder.
taken 1 damage. So that's
It's
not good because it's not the momentum. All right, there we go. That's going to be the momentous dodge that's just come up for Mist. So he's going for the goal run. He must have knee slider. There's no... If he stays there, he's dead.
Yeah. The team just turns around and go, we'll kill Rage and then we'll kill this guy. 1 damage again on Cinder. So no bonus time.
I mean, I don't think you need a bonus time. Even if you miss at this point, it kills the ball and there's no way the Blacksmith can get it.
You jog and get in tapping range.
Yep. He's thinking, so he might not have knee slider here.
Yeah. He's probably really hoping for the second momentum, either to bonus time it or to be able to just...
Yeah, so he must not have knee slider at this point.
Because you want that second momentum. Well, ideally, you want 3 momentum from this stand-up rage, jog and have your shot.
Yep. deep in the tank.
Yeah.
See what happens. I mean, he'd be crazy not to take this goal shot, I think.
Yeah.
The ball would come out wide, I think.
Yeah,
It's
it comes out
jog
wide
to tap
toward
in.
Ferrite,
Yeah.
surely.
But I think there's very little influence on iron. It's all on ferrite down there. Which would be used, I believe, to just bump ferrite forward a little bit, get the ball there, do what needs to be done.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if he kicks the ball out there and doesn't immediately reclaim it, Minx is actually not in a bad place to go and get it and just make life difficult.
Yeah. Stand there as a 4-1 saying, you need to come and engage me now to get this ball, which delays your goal run by 1 turn.
Exactly.
And we got a shot on goal coming up. 3 dice, didn't a 3, and he hits it.
Slots it in.
So 8-0 to John Lee. And has choices to make.
Oh, he's looking at his cards.
Wishing he had knee slider.
Wishing he had. Faking it out. Maybe it's thinking maybe his opponent doesn't have it.
Yeah. Trying to gauge, like...
and he's flipped it over. So no knee slider coming out there, which, given the positioning, not terrible. But
yeah, as expected, we see the ball.
We thought.
Now, I wouldn't... I'd place it a little more central than that, in the hope that if I have like the 1 to 4 is in my favour there.
Exactly.
Whereas this
a 1 here means you're backtracking and in a very bad place.
Yeah, has to. 2-2. Fortunately for us, we didn't see what the direction and distance were, but when both dice are the same, it doesn't matter.
Correct.
Not a terrible place. Iron can pick that up.
Impetus will get it there, but I don't think he's got anything on him.
No, he can 4-6, 2 inches towards it, pick it up, 2 inches back, drop it off the other side of him.
Yeah, and with the 1 inch drop area, should be okay. Anvil has just used his legendary.
So +1 attack.
Not being the captain, it only affects him.
Yep. And it's going to buy some attacks into Gutter.
You've got to think that this is to try and knock Gutter down, taking that momentous knockdown on 1 and then making his way back over to make Sledge a bit of a powerhouse again.
Yeah, so it takes the momentous knockdown on Gutter. And then 2 to charge into Rage.
Just as you said.
So we'll see. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what angle he takes here and how he does that. I think he's got to come wider because obviously if he comes tighter than that, I don't know if he can get around Gutter's base.
I'd say Gutter's base seems to be a little bit in the way there.
Yeah, so
it's one of those things that if you can get really pedantic with circles about bases crossing, and I think if I was the Rage player, I would be right now because
100%.
Sledge is a 1-inch melee model.
Yeah, and forcing this to get within 1 inch and stay out of that and outside of Benediction is not going to be easy.
No.
Well, 2 inches of Benediction, sorry.
2 inches of Benediction.
Yep. Yep.
I think what will probably end up happening here, I think you can definitely do that, yeah. It looks a bit weird from our angle.
Yeah, it just depends on the angle of the base there, but as long as the players agree.
Yep, that works.
Math can wait.
So, on the charge, Anvil rolling 11 dice +2. And +4 for a charge.
Players actually forgetting the charge dice.
He forgot his +4 charge dice. The whole point you've done this.
A little bit awkward.
On a 3-1, like, down to 4
With
hits.
that should be an extra 4 dice there.
4 extra dice. Every 3 counting.
Right.
Evens it back up, I suppose.
Well,
both of them have made that mistake now.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like such an obvious thing, but I wonder how many times in a game you forget that. I don't think I would.
I never get anything wrong.
I'm sure
I wasn't going to say that. I was just like, I'm going to leave that
I'm sure
alone.
I've asked John and Martin, do you guys ever forget your charge dice? But no.
I've forgotten. I mean, I remember a game at WTC. I declared a bonus time shot on goal to make it a 5-dice shot. Only rolled 4, spent the momentum. Luckily, my opponent let me roll the extra dice.
Oh, that's kind.
Because those 4 dice all missed.
Oh.
And it was on a tap-in as well.
Oh.
And he goes, you can roll the extra dice. And I'm just like, oh, God. And it went in and it won me the game. And I was just like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
And thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me win.
So what's the route back here for the blacksmith player?
Route back into the game.
It's very tough from here, but I think, I mean, Rage dies, so Rage just used his move to stand up. I think if you kill Rage, you then, with Gutter knocked down where she is, you need to set up the murder ball.
Yeah.
And really do that. You need to make sure the ball is not going to go back to the Union at all, and you need that anti-crowd out aura being put down. So Rage has stood up and healed himself.
Yep.
So putting himself up to 9, I believe he just said.
To 9.
Yep.
So can we? We got to talking about charge dice. I missed what Anvil did there to. What Anvil did to Rage. I assume he's put singled out on him.
I can only assume.
Because.
Sledge is going.
Sledge activated.
Tutelage.
Tutelage to get Pile Driver for free. Ooh. And then buys an attack. 5 base dice. 2 for 2 friends. And
so no singled out.
No singled out. Always been forgotten again. 4s and 1.
Bad dice.
2 hits plus 3 is 5.
5 still gets the momentous 4.
Yeah. He's on 9 health, so it must have been something else from Sledge, from Anvil when he went in.
He's got to take the momentous 4 here to give himself a shot. If he doesn't take the momentous 4, because then he adds Pile Driver again as his next attack.
Yeah.
And then he basically just hopes for a better roll.
Yeah. Whilst Martin is deciding on what his result's going to be, we've just had an update on times. John, with the Union, has 13 minutes, and Martin has 17.
Interesting. Yeah. That long missed activation, couple of missed activations there's really cost John. So he's taken the 4 damage.
So down to 5 health.
He's buying an attack. He's not putting Pile Driver up.
It's tough. I guess he's just... Yeah, you put Pile Driver up and try and get the overall good. It's 2.
So he's taken the momentous 2.
3.
So now he really needs to spike the roll here.
Either result required a spike.
Yeah, but the net hits are much more reliable than trying to do this, because now he's essentially, if you do get that spike on that, you're guaranteed the 3 hits.
Left on 1 health.
There is no 3, so
John here asking out what's everybody left on, because I need my 2 kills here to see this game out.
Exactly. So Minx can actually fly in from that flank there and set some relatively nasty things up.
Yeah.
The other part that would be interesting is whether or not Gutter with the stand up. I think Benediction's in a good place to rearrange that crowd.
Yeah.
And then from there, Gutter can get in and just start getting some serious work done.
Oh yeah, just like those. It probably won't be silent blows due to the proximity of her friends, unless he doesn't care at this point. But it was likely to be just 2 momentous damage, and just chip away, get that 8 damage in, full momentum.
Yep.
If she has a full stack. And Rage is still around, and I don't think he's been. Oh, I think he was stood up and then knocked down by Anvil. That would have been why he took no damage earlier.
Yep.
He cracked it.
But I don't think he was knocked down by Anvil, because there was on the 3s and 1s. So I don't.
Well, then Rage activated, stood up.
Right. Oh yeah, I need that with his movement.
Yeah.
It's surprising then that Furnace maybe wasn't activated sooner, because knocking Rage back down, he can't be healed. He's already taken his
had
fall,
that.
So
you activate Furnace, knock him down, tool up Sledge. See it done.
And just make sure it happens.
Yeah. I mean, Furnace now can just activate once he's done, smack him, do 1 damage, momentous.
Yep, so here we see, Gutter jogging in, avoiding the melee.
2s and 1.
So 6 dice from Gutter into Furnace here at a 2 and 1 due to Snared.
Yep. And anatomical.
Yes.
So, everything hits. Oh, 1 miss. 1 armor. With 4 hits, you take 2 damage. Or knockdown for bonus dice.
Knock you down because he's declared the counterattack.
Oh, of course, yes. So 7 dice.
So now down to tack 7 due to the knockdown in the defense situation.
To start, Scything Blow in here. Perhaps Momentous 1. So Rage dies
himself.
from Scything Blow, so Martin scores 2 points thanks to John. And
4
Furnace
damage
takes
to
4
Furnace.
damage total, bringing him down to 14 health. Back down to 6 dice because Rage is gone. 1 miss, 1 armor. 2 damage Momentous, down to 12.
Yep, so 3. They just realised that Anvil is within the Scything Blow range as well. No, he's left
he's
him
not.
out.
Left
So
him out of
he's- I thought that was what he was going for with his positioning,
Yeah.
but clearly not. Well, he was, but as he's just declared himself, he is an
Yeah.
absolute idiot. His words, not mine.
Nice, and both players having a good giggle about it.
Yep, on those rapidly diminishing clocks.
Yeah.
It's been played in a great spirit, this game.
It has
yeah.
been, yeah. So much back and forth. I think when you bring the brand new guild to a tournament, you either expect to win it through
Sheer jank.
yeah, or you go there and you go to have a good time because you're showing off the new guild, basically,
Yeah.
aren't you?
So props to Martin for doing that,
Yeah.
giving us all
And playing
lesson.
fully painted on stream,
right.
which might not have been the best choice of team going into Vet Rage Union,
No.
but it is nice to see fully painted miniatures.
Yep. So
And
you
I-
see
I-
Iron making his way over to the ball now,
Yeah.
doing the Giblin shuffle.
2 forwards, 2 back.
2 steps forward, 2 steps back.
Yeah.
Flash the green eyes.
Yeah.
Everyone swoons.
That's the plan.
That's the SteamCon.
Can we give the link
Yeah.
to that Facebook
Yeah,
page?
get ready for
Ian?
SteamCon, everyone.
Ferrite's
that
on 10 hit points
Furnace.
left.
Furnace is on 10.
Furnace, yes, sorry.
And that's what I
John just
tracked
saying
on my
Look at that.
sheets.
We can do
Got
math.
Did the math. And Union down to 9 minutes.
Ooh.
Martin comfortably on 15, pulling 6 minutes ahead.
I mean, I wouldn't say comfortable when he's only got 2 points, but
He's got the ball safely on Ferrite.
yep, can score.
I mean, the thing to be
Yeah.
careful of is Vet Ray's coming back on from that board edge
Exactly.
and just doing in iron again.
Yep. Minx is charging into Furnace now.
Yep.
He's doing defensive, which just saves him a dice at this point, so
Yeah.
not really worth it.
Not worth the momentum. I wonder if they remember their 4 dice for Furious.
I mean, let's
And
see.
4. Oh, you remembered.
Yeah.
4
Oh, look
for
at that.
charging. You picked them up.
50-50 odds of remembering the
Yeah.
4 for the charge so far this game.
2s with 2 armor.
Oh, 3 1s on the charge. That's still pretty much the full book.
For Minx. Screeching Banshee. 2
Oh,
damage and -1 death.
pushing that a little bit further. So Benediction's actually in a strong place to finish this takeout up.
Yeah. I mean, he's not a fantastic killer by any means, but he can get it done.
2 damage, so he's down to 8 now.
Down to 8.
And now
And
2s and 2 again. It's another Screeching Banshee if he wants it, but not worth it.
Mentis 3, so down to 5 health.
And another attack.
1 more attack. Oh. It's just 1 short.
5 left, so it's going to be 4 damage.
Yeah. Or he takes a momentous dodge because he's not going to kill him. And trusts. So he's down to 2 health currently, and John just deciding if he wants to take momentum.
Yep,
with
takes the non-momentous dodge.
But he takes the damage.
Sorry. So down to 1.
Down to 1.
Benediction, not a great killer.
No great killer.
Probably capable of doing 1 damage.
You'd hope. You would certainly hope.
I mean, Mist is capable of doing 1 damage at this point in time. So
yeah, it's true. It's true.
With all the extra dice from the death debuffs.
Tortoise. Apologies.
Sick him. Oh no, Rage isn't there.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been amazing.
Yeah.
He's just healed, gone back up to 5.
Heal and 5. So now I think the right move is actually to move the Tortoise up to get the extra dice. Just get
exactly. I'm surprised that Minx was not in the... oh no, because it's the target.
The target has to be then shelling out. 4-inch aura. Tortoise not really come into the game this much besides the confidence that we didn't see on the charge.
No, we saw it, but we didn't see the dice.
Didn't see the dice, yeah. So players there just checking out how much dice they'll be rolling. Somebody is carried out. Looking for 4s and 1. 1 hit.
Not really. Momentous 1 damage. Yep.
1 damage from Furnace with the counter attack.
So I think we see a dodge out here.
Yeah. John here just working out his dice. 1 armor comes off.
Oh, it's Gutter he's hitting.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's the first bit of damage on Gutter. So players here just pausing the clock to work out all the death debuffs and everything. So players there just explaining that he is snared and he's Screeching Banshee, so he's at -2 dice. That's why Gutter's rolled so many. And he knocks down, Gutter chooses to knock down Furnace and end his activation.
Yeah.
He's healed, he's already moved, I guess.
Here comes the big man.
And here comes
and
Benny.
Here comes Benediction to
Big
finish
Ben.
this off.
And
there we go.
5 hits. Oh, Benny. Oh, Big Ben.
3 damage.
3
That's
damage.
Not going to kill him.
Takes him down to. Takes him down to 2.
2. 1 more attack. This should do it. Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Big roll. Momentous 3. Kills.
Oh, it's Momentous 3. Death. So 10-2 to the Union. Union having killed everybody and scored a goal.
And scored a goal. Including their own player.
Yeah, including Rage.
I mean, that's one way to kill your captain.
Gutter killed Rage.
Yeah.
It's kind of fitting.
Yeah.
Kind of fitting. If you're following Union in chains, big silent blow. Oh, we've lost JJ. Down that way somewhere. Okay, so
Does this mean I have to pretend that I know what I'm talking about?
we have to film now.
Hi, Jamie.
Hello. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Yeah. We're the talky Australian here. All right.
I can pretend. I can try the accent.
Yeah. So, how? Oh, nearly dropped his microphone. So, how do you find this game's gone then? Is this your first time seeing the Blacksmiths on the table? Obviously, we're seeing a very well-piloted Union team, and they're being able to pick them apart a little bit. But can you see yourself playing the Blacksmiths?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think they're really interesting. Any team that I can look at the cards and my jaw hits the floor makes me immediately want to get down on the table.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting situation where you've got a player playing against them probably for one of the first times.
Yeah.
And then somebody using them for the first time.
Yeah.
So there have been a few mistakes.
Yep.
You can expect that. But it's been fascinating to watch. It's been played in a great spirit.
If we go back to the table there, we're seeing a momentous dodge from Cinder. Cinder using her ability to shoot from 6 inches away. So Cinder has an ability where she makes an attack up to 6 inches away. For only 1 attack though. And she takes a momentous dodge.
What I like most about this team is that there's a lot of things which are very different from the rest of Guild Ball.
Yes,
and that's what you want when you see a new team.
They're completely different. They've got no mascot, they've got no captain, but they're super flexible, and they just punched our camera. Thanks, guys.
Ouch.
But I think the tripod has held up And we've still got decent coverage.
I think that's always going to be the thing when you see new teams coming into Guild Ball.
Yeah.
You don't want to see replicated themes. You don't want to think, well, that's very similar to this.
That's just like this guild. That's just like this guild, but better. That kind of thing.
Absolutely. So I was lucky enough to play. I say lucky enough. I got trounced. Yeah. I was lucky enough to play against the Farmers at the British Championships.
Oh, versus Quinn Duggan. He was the guy using them, wasn't he? We were really hoping to get them on stream, but unfortunately didn't get there. We see Martin here is just laying out his tokens from Frozen Forge to try and see if he's got an out on goal. She can go so fast. All right.
I love these tokens.
They're so good, aren't they?
They're so handy.
They really make it super clear what path you're travelling along.
It'd be fantastic for filming match reports.
Match reports.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. Do you reckon you'll get the blacksmiths or the farmers onto the Hot Gates Gaming?
Oh, which I'll do first. Well, I had a very a tough experience playing against the farmers.
Yeah.
But having watched this with the blacksmiths and seeing the cards for the first time, I do like the variety. I know that you've got the variety in the play style with the farmers as well. There seems to be a less clear lineup almost for the blacksmiths of what to do, and I think that's going to be quite interesting trying to work out exactly how I'm going to play with that team.
And depending on the guild you're playing against, which players actually come out as well.
Absolutely.
Like they're so flexible.
And having to be strategic.
Yeah.
So does he have the route?
Great of all that. So I don't think he did have the movement. So I think he said he's going to spend one, but I don't know what on yet. The thing is, because there's no one to hit around there, that influence, if he's not going on a goal, is kind of a little bit wasted. So that was a simple jog forwards, said get over here, and that ends the turn. So +4 to the Union player here, 6, and the Union take the initiative.
So we've got John obviously looking for that final kill. Where do you think it's coming from?
Martin looking for everything.
Everything at the moment.
So, JJ, welcome back. What we missed there was that Ferret was millimetres out of a goal run.
Right.
So just jog forwards and get over here, Iron, to bring him just onto the other side, being a buffer.
Yep. No worries. Interesting positioning, though.
Yeah.
Because now Ferret needs to get around Iron in that position.
Yeah.
So.
And I believe Union player John won the initiative, and I said, you know what? You go first. I'll start with momentum.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I don't think because Vet Rage isn't on the table, he's got no good killing potential yet. I don't think anyone's really in range to go and get a single kill in a single activation, so he's got to set up. He wants to see where the influence is going, where Rage is safe to come back on.
Given Ferret's position on the wide area, though, Rage can come in on that board edge there, essentially move up, and then charge on the first activation into Ferret, who's pretty easy for Rage to kill without any support.
Yeah, so Ferrite is currently on 9 health. She didn't heal, and Iron is on... I mean, Iron's the target because he comes back at only 6 health.
Yeah, but he's got tough hide.
True.
So I think coming on and going into Ferrite is potentially...
Well, Ferrite, is she the... No, it's Sender who's got unpredictable.
Yeah, but either target is good. I mean, 6 health even with tough hide, with a furious charge and then 4 attacks.
Yeah.
Rage is going to get that damage done.
You'd hope so, yeah. You're like 2 is 2, 7 dice. You're looking
and
at
especially
about
when you're on 10,
hits.
I mean, you go there, there's not a lot anyone's going to be... You can't stop it.
No.
So maybe again, I think a little bit of an error there.
Yeah. Where has Rage come back on?
Well, I don't think because he's going second.
Yeah, because he's going second. Blacksmith still to allocate their influence, and I think we're seeing Rage come back on at the back here. So a little bit of a crowd gathering on top table to see the blacksmiths in use and to see the beautiful, beautiful table from Archer there.
I guess it'll be interesting to see what John does here. I mean, the last time check that we had was he was on 9 minutes, so he needs to be
15.
He needs to be pretty efficient at this point in time because he does need those last 2 points. Rage has not been put back down on the board yet.
Yeah.
So, but it looks like he might be coming in on the top there, which I think is very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, he's out the fight. I mean, he can get there Red Fury through Benediction, and time left is 4 minutes to John and 8 minutes to Martin. So both of them reaching the sort of the end of the line.
Yeah. So I think yes. Right. So it's Sledge going first, taking Pile Driver and off tutelage there.
Yeah.
And I think this is actually not a bad idea to go and get rid of Mist.
Go.
The other thing it does is actually puts...
Ooh, 2 to charge Mist because he's got the momentum for going second, saying defensive stance with Mist. Needs 6s to hit, but you guarantee you're getting 3.
Exactly. This is actually, I think, pretty good play from Martin here because Sledge is definitely the target for the takeout in that cluster.
Yes.
So moving him out like that actually means that Benediction's not getting there, so you're losing the crowd outs.
Yeah.
Minx is now means you've got to commit and you've got to charge.
Yeah, and you're away from Strongbox.
Yeah.
And everything misses. Oh, 1 hits.
So we get him to
so
4.
Count 4 and knocked down.
But
you don't really want to be doing that. Mist's on full health at 12.
Furnace at the top there isn't going to be doing anything to him. So
well, he's got 1. He could do a bit of damage. Set him on fire.
So he's taken the momentous 1 damage and kept Pile Driver.
Yep.
Which is a little bit awkward because Pile Driver reads the model's next attack gets +3, so he can't technically use Pile Driver on this attack.
No. Yeah.
And I think, and now he's going to use the Pile Driver,
with
which
4 hits,
do.
7 momentous damage.
We've seen a bit of a strange reading of the rules here.
Yeah, I think it's a misplay there.
Yeah.
7 momentous damage takes Mist down to 4, and with a good roll again, Sledge could do it with.
Well, no, because he charged on the first one, so he's got nothing else.
Yes.
So dropping Mist like that is a bit of a hit, especially given he shouldn't be.
Yeah. Yeah.
But let's see what happens.
Anvil is saying, he's 18 boxes tough hide. You can go after him if you want to.
And a 2/3 model as well, right?
Yeah,
like Death to Armor 3. Even Gutter and Decimate are struggling at that point.
Tough hide is Decimate's worst. Well, but for both of them, it's their worst enemy. Because it's like, my really reliable 2 damage is 1.
Yeah. It means you have to use the legendary
just to
from
get
Rage
everything.
just to make sure things function.
Yeah.
And this is where I think John might be in a bit of trouble. So I think a few people in the chat have been asking how the blacksmiths come back.
Yeah.
Retreating Sledge, giving John nothing but tough hide models, so he can't get the last 2.
Yeah.
Getting 6 points on clock and slotting that goal with Ferrite.
Yeah.
That's how they get back in this game and win.
Yep.
There's no other way that he does it at this point.
No.
Clock points are the best points.
Yep. So I mean, we could see a takeout on Mist potentially. Cinder can shoot from that far. Furnace can go in, do a bit more damage. With Burning, probably see a dead Mist, although Mist still yet to activate, so stands up heals. Or just heals. That would get him to 4. A goal would be 8, and then, 4 clock points, potentially.
So we've seen Rage come into Anvil here on the charge, remembering the charge dice.
Yeah.
6 hits, coming a long way up Rage's playbook, but not wrapping.
No.
Takes the momentous 3.
On to
Anvil. Goes
3
down
damage
to 2.
So 17.
And pushing Anvil into
into
the
the
crowd
pit.
out death ball over here.
Yeah. And the crowd is forming. Even the TOs have now come on to see how blacksmiths are performing on top table.
Yeah.
See Bryce there
Correcting their pile driver mistakes.
Yeah.
Not yet.
not yet. We'll remind them after the stream.
Yeah.
I think nearly all of the faces
3
at the back there have been on Hot Gates Gaming, which is quite encouraging.
Yeah.
See Henry K in the background there, watching someone else see Vet Rage. Oh, Legendary pops late.
Legendary comes out. Why would you? 3 momentous, which stays at 3.
Why would you use your Legendary now and not on the first attack or after the charge?
Yeah.
Because he's realised how much time he's got left on the clock and that he won't get another opportunity.
That's fair.
So he's hit the top of the playbook here.
4, which stays at 4, bringing him down to 7 health.
Last attack. Bad roll. 3 momentous.
3, leaves him on 4 health.
Leaves him on 4 health. And that's interesting. I mean, the use of the legendary there now means that Gutter can finish this off. So unless he uses Anvil now and heals...
Yep.
Which he must do.
No, I mean, I guarantee he probably goes for the goal run with Ferrite just because he's feeling greedy. Yeah. He shouldn't, but I think that's probably what he does.
Yeah. So I'm going to get some points before this game's over. It's
a save face thing, right?
Yeah, it's the writing on the wall. Oh, I got beat 12-6, which doesn't sound as bad as I got beat 12-2.
Yeah. So you can see we're measuring out Ferrite, which is just a mistake, but we'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah, the right call is definitely go with Anvil heal because that...
It keeps you in the game.
Yeah.
But you have to think with 4 hit points left, or 3? 4 on Anvil?
4 left on Anvil.
I mean, given the crowd outs and with the bonus damage from the legendary, you only have to take the momentous 2.
For the 4 attacks that are likely to come through, yeah. And we have a bonus time shot on goal, 4 up to 5, and he sinks it.
Slots it in.
So it goes 10-6 to Martin.
But that more or less hands John the game.
Yeah.
You know, unless we see some absolutely heinous dice here.
Yeah, well, you just put that ball 10 inches back into the corner.
I mean, just kick it anywhere.
It doesn't matter.
The game's over.
Yeah.
So he's got to be careful. I can hear the alarm's just gone. So he's actually now, it sounds like he's clocked out on the kick out. Which means he's only got a minute to do these 4 attacks with Gutter.
Yep.
So he's going to have to, I mean, this is where I would start like 2 fists of dice.
Attack. Use both the trays.
Yep. Spending a lot of time to make some things, making the attacks.
Just to get the scything blow off.
Taking a swing, doing...
Choosing the counter. Bonus
timing it.
So that's the white dice coming in.
If he gets the wrap here, then he 6, scything blow, 1 damage kills him.
Yeah. Knock down on 1 damage momentous.
I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me, but sure.
The knockdown stops the counter, I guess.
But it should have been dead.
It's dead, yeah. The death stops the counter attack
I mean, that's the best way.
That's the most secure way.
There we go.
And then there it is. There's the handshake as well.
He's forgotten the +1 damage from the legendary, essentially.
Yeah.
But, you know, at this point in time, it doesn't really matter.
No. Timed out, but it doesn't make a difference. So it is 12-6 to John Lee. Congratulations. Union go on to the next round, and Blacksmiths will go, well, play for pride now.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think the Blacksmiths were a little bit unlucky there. A little bit unlucky.
Yeah. So, guys, I hope you have enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic game to watch. Great to see someone else play the Blacksmiths and being able to commentate on them a little bit. And we shall catch you for round 2 later on today. Keep an eye out on social media, as that's what we'll be posting. The schedule's not set in stone for this event because it runs throughout the entire day, so they've got to collate like 50 or so results or something, so it could take a little bit longer.
Quick turnaround as well.
Yeah.
Right?
So keep an eye on social media, and if you're on Twitch, just leave this on, and as soon as you hear our voices again, you know that we've started streaming again. So we will catch you next time.